As an ER nurse, there's just some shifts in your career that you never forget. For me, one of mine came early on in my nursing career. I was just fresh off orientation. I was just finally hitting that stride, finding that rhythm, finally feel like I'm starting to know what I'm doing. Then we got a call came in on the EMS radio, 5-year-old flying in by helicopter, CPR in progress. And for the first time in my early nursing career, I realized that this is real. It was my first trauma patient, it was my first peds patient, and it was the first time that I lost a patient. And when his mom walked in, she let out a scream that even to this day, I still hear and I never will forget. So as a new grad nurse in the ER that I worked at, you are required to take some trauma shifts. That's where you go in with the other trauma nurses and you assist them and you pretty much learn how to respond, what to do, where things are, and pretty much just to gather some experience. So my first few shifts went by pretty much without any excitement. It was just mainly small car accidents or old people falling on blood thinners. So we got plenty of calls like that throughout those shifts. So I became pretty comfortable with traumas until I wasn't. We got a call that came in on the radio. Charge nurse answered it. We all gathered around. Report 5-year-old struck by car, then flown in. Instantly got butterflies in my stomach because this was my first big trauma. Went to the room, got the room set up, activated the trauma team, paged it out as a level 1 trauma. Traumas come in different levels. Level 1 is your highest. That means that you'd rather be a very important person, very popular person, and you're a top priority. A few minutes later, you could hear the helicopter spinning up. And once the EMS brought them in, the moment that those wheels touched the ER floor, it seemed like everybody in the ER was in that room. Every tech, every nurse, every respiratory therapist, every doctor. It was chaos. And if you've never seen a trauma, it's organized chaos. There's a rhythm to the madness. Everybody has a role. Chest compressions, meds, vitals, IVs. But this trauma, it just felt different. Even though I had done numerous of traumas before this one, the air just felt heavy. It seemed like time slowed down. And in my heart, I just knew that we were not going to be able to save this kid. We did everything that we could humanly possible to give this kid a fighting chance. Just a fighting chance to live. And nothing that we did worked. We worked him up for over an hour. Every intervention, every medication, everything that we did, he did not respond to. I remember doing CPR and then it was time for a pulse check. So we stopped to do the pulse check. I remember glancing up at the monitor, flatline. I remember them checking pulses and it was like, I don't have a pulse. And I remember looking at that doctor and seeing him look at the clock and knowing what was coming next. He said, guys, I don't think that we're gonna be able to get him back. I think it's time that we call it. Anybody have any suggestions or anybody have any objections? And for the first time since that code started, the trauma bay was silent. It was so silent you could hear a rat piss on cotton. And then the doctor walked out. We continued doing chest compressions. We gave the last dose of epi, and then he returned with the parents. The mother rushed to the bedside, tears in her eyes, screaming his name. Dad came in, he was just froze. You didn't see any emotion on him. It's like he was in disbelief that this was happening and that if he just didn't do anything, then it wouldn't be real. And that's when the doctor gently broke it to him. He told him that we have done everything that we can and I don't believe that we're gonna be able to get him back. I think he's gone and I think it's time to call it. And as I'm doing CPR across from his mom, she let out one of the worst screams I have ever heard in my life that I will never forget. It was a scream of pure, unfiltered pain. It was a scream of a mother's soul breaking in two. It was a scream that filled the whole trauma bay. And in that moment, we all felt the pain that she felt. And I looked at Dad, and Dad dropped to his knees, hand over his face, head on the floor. And then Doc said, time of death. 22:30. And we all slowly made our way out of the trauma bay. I stopped by the parents and told them, take as much time as you need and let me know if there's anything that I can do for you. I walked out the trauma bay doors. The charge nurse told me, new trauma coming in. ETA 10 minutes. And just like that, it was business as scheduled. Next patient up. So on my way home, I rode home in silence. The radio was off. And I just remember just riding with just me and my thoughts. Like I was just reflecting on everything that we did. I was just reflecting on that mother scream. I was just reflecting on the things that transpired afterwards, like the next man up, next patient up, and just trying to process all of this. By the time I got home, I still wasn't processing everything. I got in the bathroom, I turned the shower on, and I just stood there, and I just felt numb. Like, I just felt like I wasn't there. And then I got in the shower, and I did something that I haven't done in years up until then, and I cried. And it's not like I wanted to, like I tried to stop myself from crying, but I just couldn't. It's like a dam that I worked years to build up and finally burst. And I started feeling things that I haven't felt in a long, long time. And I started asking myself questions that I thought I wouldn't ask. Like, am I built for this? Can I do this? Is this for me? Should I quit? I really contemplated quitting nursing that day. But what I would say is, that day I also found the answers to those questions. And the answer to that is, yes, I am built for this. I realized that it's not only about the ones that we lose, it's about the ones that we save. It's about the ones that we fight for. It's about the ones that get to go home because people like us was there. And this last part of the video goes to my first. In the beginning, I thought that we failed you. But now with more years under my belt, I realized we did not fail you. We gave you everything that we had. It just wasn't good enough. And that's the hardest part of the job, is realizing that you can give your all and it not be good enough. But for a brief moment in time, I got to be a part of your story. And for the rest of my life, you get to be a part of mine. So thank you.